Welcome back to another film session on the Boomer Bust channel. I'm your host, Terry, and today we're going to be looking at Tom Brady's game against the LA Rams last week. So obviously, I wouldn't say obviously, but if you listen to me, you obviously know how I feel about sports media, and that's the reason I got into this, because their stuff is just terrible. And so right now, I would say one of the narratives that's floating around that's just taking the stone. That's one thing I hate about sports media. They talk as if everything is written in stone. Like, oh, no, that's what it is because that's what it is. And then as soon as something happens differently, oh, well, of course we changed our mind. Shut up. Anyway, so one of the narratives right now is Arians his play call is just different from what Tom Brady wants. Tom Brady's not that type of he's not that type of player. He can't run his system. That's the failure. Oh my God, I hate that. His system's just not compatible to Tom Brady. And half the time they don't even know what the system is or what it even looks like. But that's the knowledge of sports media right now, is that Arians likes it vertical and Tom can't do vertical, and that's why they aren't looking good. So I decided, let's go to the film and let's kind of see if that pans out. So we're going to be looking at week 11. We're going to look at the incomplete passes. We got 20 here, and we're going to see if this is a function of just a bunch of plays that Bruce Arians has ran that don't really compute with what Tom Brady likes to do, or is this really a function of something else? Because football is not that simple most of the times. There's a lot of factors that goes into that. And Bruce Arians himself said, look, like, Tom picks the plays that he likes, like most teams do. They pick the plays that they like going into the next drive, what they're seeing on film. And then also Tom has audible ability. So it's just like, this narrative. So anyway, we're going to dig through it and see. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. So this first one's 3rd and 7, first quarter. I like that layout. Some of these boards, the more I do film, the more I realize some of these boards are ridiculous. So we got a trips to the left. Some little delayed out by Mike Evans. Curl here. Looks like a dig here. So I wouldn't say anything too terribly vertical. They already got more defenders over here. Then there's a late drop over the middle of the field. So that more than likely confused Tom Brady. Because what you see is, right now it looks one way as you got the pre-snap read. They're rotating. But then this linebacker, whoever, he drops to the middle of the field. So now this person you think is a deep safety is playing underneath. And they got somebody over the top. So that was a real good look by the Rams defense. And then we'll go to the end zone view, because again, pass rush plays a part of it as well, and that might be a thing. So right now the pocket's clean. That's tight coverage by Ramsey, and Brady just misses on that pass. So 1st and 10, we are in the first quarter still. Under center with 2 tight ends, play action. And this is a screen. We know they had a lot of dropsies going on with the running backs. Obviously not a play call type thing. This is just an execution thing. And there's quick pressure on Brady, but we know Ronald Jones has his issues with dropping, and Fournette was dropping a lot this game. So in the first quarter, again, 2nd and 10, looks like the next play. Out of a bunch trips, you got Gronk releasing to the flat. We got a curl over the middle. Then you got a deeper curl. A similar version, flat here, similar version to what I see with the Bears a lot. And like I've said many times, since watching that, we're not the only ones that run that. That seems to be a popular play. It's kind of a spacing type thing, but we don't run ours exactly like this, but I don't like it either way. So this is not I mean, you got one-on-one with Mike Evans. Like, you probably could have took that shot, but other than that, this is a glorified check down. And the ball didn't get there, so we'll look at the end zone view. I like how McVay's right over the play, just clapping. That's probably how it would be. So they got man. I haven't seen a lot of man-on-man pass pro. I like that. And so Brady had the double clutch for whatever. He didn't like the look to Godwin, but like I said, you'll see man-on-man. So some people play different, what I call like more like a zone block, but man-on-man, so he's crashing. So Wirfs got him. He loops around. Then whoever that is, Kappa, I think, has him, and Kappa gets loose or lets him loose, and then the ball is affected when Tom throws it, and so it's incomplete. All right, 1st and 10. We're at the second quarter now. Game is tied. Under center. Got 2 tight ends again, 2 receivers. Obviously a play action. So you got a 4-person route. And again, nothing terribly vertical, I would say here. You're going to have these receivers push vertical into like inverted double post, basically. Or no, he pulls up and then he runs a post, and then these two are coming across. And my guess is that it was some quick pressure because the ball comes out quick, and I don't know if that was the best place that you wanted. Because if you had time, looks like Godwin was definitely open. So play action here. Leonard Floyd's doing a good job on Wirfs, but Wirfs rides him out. But the guard, I think the guard or center allows some pressure in Brady's face, and Brady has to get that out. So 2nd and 9, we got a 2x2. Or sorry, it's empty. Got a tight end there. And this is kind of like almost like a mesh spot, but it's not really a mesh. But it definitely is a spot route over the middle. I guess technically a stick nod. It's so slow though. And then they whip here, flat here. I mean, it was there. And they got the 2 verts. And Gronk just, I wouldn't say just dropped it. It was obviously contested, but Gronk wasn't able to come away with that one. And so there's some vertical routes going on, but for the most part, you see that they are adding some intermediate stuff. You see Aaron Donald. I was like, AD, Anthony Davis. Aaron Donald does a good job splitting and causing Tom to move off his spot, but Tom gets a clean throw and is right in the hands of Gronk. Just a good play by the defense. All right, 1st and 10. We're in the second quarter. Game still tied. Out of the shotgun, trips to the right. Now, this one is not really a 4 verts, but a vertical play. You have this bender across the middle and then 2 verts on the outside. Delayed release by the tight end. So this is a vertical route. Running back check releases, so he stays in the block for a little bit. And they take the shot. It's an incomplete pass, but I think they get a flag on this one. I'm not sure, but they got a number of flags with the vertical. And that's the other thing. Like, I know some people are like, well, Tom isn't the vertical passer, blah, 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 all this. A, he's been pretty decent at it, but also B, you get flags in this league. Like, it's not just completing big bombs. It's also flags. So 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. 14-14. This messed up one of my bets, I remember. The Rams did. I wanted it to be tied at the half. And they run the same play again. It's 3 vertical, and this one's almost picked this time. Now that one wasn't a good one. The running back releases late. Looks like the tight end ends up staying in. So it just wasn't a good throw. I mean, let me just go back so you can see it better what I'm talking about. Just if you look at the matchup that you got, it's not really a good throw. First of all, the safety is single high and he's leaning that way. He's already turning that way. I know Tom knows this. Now, this corner's over AB, but this safety's already over the top. Mike Evans doesn't really have a step on him, and you try to put it where Evans can catch it. It's a little bit inside, but either way, the safety was over that the whole entire way. That's not where you want it to go. And I think I said it was second down. I'm not sure, but you had 2 minutes to go. And I get you want to take a shot, but yeah, that's tough. It wasn't even really the throw. It was just the decision. So 3rd and 9. Less than 2 minutes to go. It's just a decision to go to that spot when the safety's over that. So then we got 2 curls, 1 outside. And this was a good play by the linebacker. I remember this. So you get the reroute on Mike Evans, and then you see, he doesn't know Mike Evans is going to be wide open, but you see he gets to his spot. He doesn't just tangle up with Mike Evans. And Kaiser, shout out to him. He's been way better. I did not like him coming out of Virginia, but he's been way more fluid than he ever looked in college. I don't know if he was hurt or something. But he reroutes, and he gets his eyes to that route, and he gets there. And doesn't really knock it, but it makes it he affects the throw because now you got a tighter window, and that's just a good job by him. And Brady doesn't see that because Brady thinks he's going to stay with Evans. Once he collides and reroutes Evans, he thinks, okay, he's here, so now Godwin's going to be open underneath. But then Kaiser breaks late, and it's just a low throw because you have to, and it's hard to catch there. And honestly, I think the Rams did a really good job. Out of a lot of the film I watched, they've done a really good job just being crafty with a lot of their stuff. So it's 2nd and 8. We're in the 3rd quarter. Bucks are down 3, going into the red zone. And that one was just led them a little too much. I think it was a good choice. You got the man coverage, 1-on-1 matchup with the wheel route. Got the inside route taking all the attention, and that leaves this wide open. And it's not a terrible throw, but just a little bit of a miss. And now, obviously, you're this close. There's no huge vertical routes going on here. This is just, more intermediate stuff. And Tom has a clean pocket, just a tick off, and that's all it takes in the NFL. So 3rd and 8 from the same spot, going into the red zone here. They got 2x2 out of the shotgun. You got 2 curls, and it was just a dump off. And this is tough because it's 3rd and 8. I don't know that you convert this. You got a zone. Obviously, you're running these curls. That's going to attract a lot of attention. And maybe if you get it to him on the run, he has a chance, definitely. But either way, checks it down, and just a drop by Fournette. Now, I don't think it was a great pass. You had to turn around, so we'll see what happens here from the end zone view. They send 5. Tom had a clean throw. Yeah, Fournette just dropped that one. But even the way you threw it, even if he caught that, they would have probably rallied to him. But 2nd and 9, 3rd quarter, down. I think they're down to score. So 2x2 We got an inside. We got an in route. We got a deeper crosser. I'm not sure what he was running. And then kind of like a comeback. But they were looking for a flag there. And he's pressed. I mean, he's got hands on him. I think they were looking for a flag, which I can understand. But it's tight coverage everywhere. I mean, you're going with the one-on-one matchup with AB. I understand that it wasn't anything wide open in that case. So they do blitz, but they only send 4. Fournette does a good job picking that up. Brady has space to throw. I mean, I don't know if they called a flag or not, but that was definitely some contested coverage right there. So 3rd and 9 in the third quarter. They had 2 delayed routes, 2 vertical routes, and Tom does a great job on that. Or 3 vertical routes, 2 delayed routes. So they go vertical again. And now again, you got single high safety. You seeing what he picks up. So that gives you this one-on-one chance here. Now that's a good decision, better than before. And they got the step. And then it's a good place pass. I mean, it's right there. You can't really knock Tom Brady for that. Tom Brady puts it where it needs to be. You just hope that AB could get that. Now, 3rd and 9, I get it. I mean, there's times, especially when you're up, there's times that take, big play shots. But I just feel like some of that crossing stuff is a lot easier. That stick nine stuff, that stuff over the middle with Gronk, that's a lot easier to convert when you're down and you need to keep the drive going. So you got 3 routes here, backed up against your own end zone, delayed release by Gronk, who's wide open in the flats. But Tom's looking downfield. You got a deep curl. And I don't know if they were all going vertical or what. And that's one Tom missed. We're talking about missing some open receivers. At this point, nobody's covering. You see the middle's vacated. You want to see your check down here. But it looks like he wants to take this one-on-one shot with Evans, which I don't blame him. I mean, he's open. That's a good ball for Evans. But pressure got to him, and he ended up having to throw it. Also, shout out to AQ Shipley, who apparently is going to lose his career over injury he sustained in this game. So that sucks. But yeah, and I'm surprised that they called that going forward, because really that just seems like a fumble to me. But either way, that's a case of the pressure getting to him. 1st and 10, we're in the fourth quarter. Empty. Trips to the right. And that's just a miss. I mean, that's not vertical. That's a quick stop. All that cushion, that's all day with AB. Just runs a quick curl here, curl there. They got 2 posts over the middle. I hate this concept. The Bears run that. I don't get why you would run 2 posts over the middle. They run into each other all the time. But anyway, that was a missed throw, so we'll see from the end zone view. I don't know what that was. The O-line messed that up. But Tom had a clean pocket. He just missed that one. All right, 2nd and 10, down 7 in the fourth quarter. Let's see. Trips to the right. Just a quick check down to Fournette. I don't know how much that gets, but Fournette drops it. Again, nothing because it's terribly vertical. I don't even know if that, let me see, because I don't know if that's the right pass. I got to think you had something better than that. You had Gronk over the middle. And it was 3 verticals. We'll say that. Rams just did a real good job of rallying to the ball. There ain't much you can say about that. 1st and 10, still down 7, right near midfield. Under center play action. Tried to do a screen, didn't really work, blew it up, had to throw it into the ground. 2nd and 10 from the same spot. Kind of got the same thing on the opposite side. Gronk sitting over the middle with 3 verticals behind that. Just kind of a spot route. You saw the man coverage. So they went to the flat. You got that. That's a good play. We'll see it from the end zone view, but it looked like a good play, but from the defender. Again, pocket's clean. I'm fine with that. Some people might say it's a little early. I'm fine with it. 4th and 1. Let's see. Yeah, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. They do a sprint out, and over here is just a good job by the defenders, because what they try to do is this little rub route, little rub action on the sprint out, where you're going to have Mike Evans trying to push vertical, which try to get in both of their way, while Chris Godwin basically just follows him and tries to get a wide open pick play. But you got to give credit to Ramsey not allowing, within that 5 yards, you're allowed to let him, you're allowed to make contact. He didn't let him outflank him, and that caused Chris Godwin to bubble a little bit instead of going straight, and that gave the defender to have time to come over the top. So, you just got to give it up to the defense on that one. That was a good play by them. Obviously nothing vertical, but I don't feel bad because I hate pick play, so screw y'all. 1st and 10. They're going under center. Oh, that was a sneak preview. So bunch trips to one side. They play action. They only go 3 routes. And really it's 3 verticals. You got the bender across the middle and the 2 verts on the outside. And AB just never beat his man. The safety stayed over the top with Godwin, so I understand that part. But AB just never got a step on his man. The win is Mike Evans over there, but, you play action to that side, you rarely going to have time to pivot and look that way. So, that's tough. Now, and there are some plays like this where there's no real options because it's all vertical, but that's not the majority that we've seen. All right, 2 minutes, thankfully. Down by 3 towards the end. I guess I could have threw the interception in here, but I did not. So they go from trips to the left. There's a lot going on right there. We had an out route. We had a post over the middle. So we have this out. We have this little curl here. We have this post and then this corner out. And the ball comes out quick. Doesn't look like there's a lot there. AB is pretty tightly covered. So they rush 4, but the ball comes out quick. The pocket's clean. I forgot what down it was. But I don't know. I guess just trusting AB, maybe trying to get a flag. Oh, that's it. But nothing really looked open there to me. So anyway, after looking at that, and obviously it's one game, blah, 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 all that, we know. But this is what the game everybody start going crazy. Because it's so funny to watch the Bucks. I like that they're up and down because the sports media doesn't know how to handle it. And you can see them flip-flopping all over the place. So one time they're like, oh, they're so good. And now they're like, oh, this vertical pass game is not built for Tom. Looking at that is not the case. Like, as most things, like some of his vertical shots, whatever, and those are incomplete passes. So obviously there's some completed passes that they did well with the vertical stuff. But even with the incompletions, there's a mix of things. You know, there's people dropping passes, especially at the running back position. There's some plays where the pressure affects it. A lot of plays where the pocket's clean and Tom Brady is missing throws. He doesn't have the right accuracy, or there's times where he doesn't make the right read. So it's a mix of these things. It's not just this idea that Arians wants to go vertical every play and Tom's not built for that. No, no NFL team is that stupid. They build in a bunch of stuff within these plays so there's options. It reminds me of when we were talking about with Trubisky, when everybody's like, oh my God, like they never run anything vertical. I'm like, okay, look at the film. Yes, they do. There's plenty of vertical options. Trubisky just doesn't throw them. So it's the narrative like usual. So go to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening.